Good morning, vlog. Oh, it's 4:30 in the morning. We're going to Honduras.
We're in La Birmingham, and it's time to get funky.
Oh, I thought it was a picture, but
Nope, video. Keep going.
currently deplaned because oxygen. Nope, not on this plane.
In my opinion, the captains should just man up and breathe harder.
This is gonna be fire. Real roomies.
One thing this week I really took note of was probably the big changes and like differences that Honduras has to America, because just like driving through the mountains and seeing all the poverty that's around, and people just think it's normal and it's their lifestyle.
Something I took note of was just how universal a lot of things are that we think are maybe more, you know, only like a US custom or like only a US thing, when it's actually like pretty worldwide.
I took note of being more grateful for the things we have, because people down there don't have much, so we take advantage of what we have a lot.
Drinking coffee. You have to say like, we're eating cheesecake. You gotta like say it, like you can't be just like, we're drinking coffee.
They told me I couldn't have the cheesecake.
What's up, guys? We're out here in Honduras. As you can see, there's a farm. We got another house with people in it. They got blinded last night. I'm eating some chickies. It's chocolate, like a cracker with chocolate in it. They taste pretty good.
So guys, we are out here in the jungles of Honduras. This actually used to be a cartel drug trafficking road, and we just decided to use it for our adventure today. We're surrounded by lush scenery on the way to the caves. The cave with a glowing skull, actually. So I'm really feeling like Indiana Jones right now. It's quite bumpy. This isn't the bad part, but it's still pretty bumpy. And we are headed down the mountain to go on an adventure. So see y'all at the cave. Unless we get kidnapped or something, and then we'll update you if that happens.
Actually, we will not update you if we get kidnapped.
We'll try our best.
I don't think that's how that works.
We are in the national park here. I don't remember the name of it, but we're in the national park right now. It's pretty cool.
Yo no estoy seguro si cerré el carro.
Sup, vlog?
We saw some bats, we saw some ghosts, and now we're in the river called Catacamas. It's really cold.
Hey guys, we had a great time at the cave today. Now we're cooling off in the river, just hanging out, taking pictures, having a good time.
And hey guys, literally in.
Okay, so we're here. So walked up like 600 stairs up to a So can we.
We made it!
We're at the top of the world.
Welcome to Catacamas.
Alright, so these are our new friends. We met at the top of the mountain. They're Estes es mis amigos nuevo. Yeah, we're in here. I didn't plan this far in the video, so I don't know what to say now.
I'd say the most memorable part of the trip was definitely riding in the back of trucks. I really, really like that. I think that will stick with me for a while. It's just the feeling of riding in the back of trucks, just like it's completely normal.
My most memorable thing about this trip was seeing the enthusiasm that these people had for us building their house.
I think my biggest thing I took note of was just to be thankful for what I have at home and not take it for granted, and also just to like look for ways to serve others when I get home. That's because here we did a lot of serving people, and just try to continue that.
What's up, vlog? We just did like 3 hours of work, maybe 2, I don't know.
We filled in the living room with dirt. Now we're on the bedroom. We're taking a water break. It's hot.
Stay hydrated.
What do you guys think about the food?
Muy delicioso.
The most memorable part of the trip was definitely grooming with Brianna and Bailey, because like I feel like before this trip we never would have done any of the things that we did together, just like outside of it, but it was kind of like a bonding experience, and I think that was definitely, yeah. What up?
We're mixing concrete over there, where we're gonna just gotta let the rain hit the
Do
concrete.
its thing. Make rain. It's hanging out. Just hanging out. Wait.
Break the rain down.
I didn't break it. That wasn't me.
It's now called red.
It's red. Half a break. I didn't break it. I made it. Anyways, the most memorable part of the trip for me was probably just like hanging around whenever we were working at the house. Like we would take breaks here or there and just like hanging out and not petting the dogs, but playing with the dogs and just hanging out with each other.
The thing I took note of was the hospitality of the Honduran people and how happy they were and willing they were to serve us. local oasis.
Es una agua.
Yes, what he said. There are lots of wildlife and big trees around us. And life is good, you know what I mean?
Come on in, boys.
The most memorable part of the trip was getting to play with those kids that we were supposed to go up into the mountains to help after we ate dinner with them. So they were just having the time of their lives, and I thought that was really cool.
My favorite part of the trip was definitely seeing all the families and the smiles on their faces and seeing them gradually open up as we try to talk to them in our broken Spanish.
One thing I took note of is how hospitable that Jose and Carla and Marcio and how they just like threw this whole thing together pretty much last minute, like the night before we got there, and they were just so hospitable through all of that.
Hey, we're at a coffee shop in Tegucigalpa, and I forgot my money and Malvin had to pay for me. So now I'm gonna go home with like 800 lempiras that I'm never gonna use.
What's up, Mom?
As you can see, chilling in Santa Lucia. We've got dinner with a view here. It's pretty incredible. As you can see, we're in this really nice apartment kind of thing. Got a nice, great big bedroom over here. We've got a few more over there. We got a full kitchen, but the best part. Look at the view on this. The president lives down there.
One, two, three. 2, 1.
Alright, Vaughn, this is the first flight back to the US.
If I was gonna say something to people who might be coming back next year, or come to Honduras next year, I would say definitely do it. Definitely bring bug spray and bring mosquito netting. And I'd say they take such good care of you. Like I felt so welcome. I felt the hospitality that I was shown here when I thought I was really just gonna be roughing it, just kind of like on my own and like in my own bubble. But like I learned so much about different people there, and I got to know so many different people that I didn't think I would like have any type of relationship with. And it just meant a lot to me, building new relationships, especially with people that like, you know, aren't U.S. citizens, or just, you know, who aren't like us. So I thought that was just really cool, and I definitely want to go back and make some more friends next year.
If I had to say something to someone who's coming next year, it would probably be prepare yourself for the unexpected, because I definitely was expecting to sleep in the mountains for a week, and then I ended up not, which I guess is good, but like definitely be prepared, because it's a huge step. It's a big difference from being here versus there, and it's both mentally, both the mindset and physically. Be prepared.
Don't listen to the people who say it's bad, because I went into this thinking that it was going to be like a horrible week and like gross water and hotness and work and stuff. It was really fun and enjoyable. So go next year.
One thing I would say to the group next year is to take the time to connect with the people that you're around, especially the people that you're helping and the people from Family Life Missions, because they're doing a lot for you, even though they're kind of because you're doing a lot for other people. And just kind of the same thing about take note of how grateful we are.
Okay, if I were to tell one thing to next year's group, it would be a lot of the times when we come back, like you'll hear the negative or the horror stories. Like it's actually fun. Like you'll have a good time and you'll learn a lot. And just take advantage of the time you have here. Because sometimes it can feel like, oh, we go home in this many days. Like I'm ready to be home. I'm ready to eat food that's American. But just take advantage of the time that you have here.
I could say one thing to people coming next year. I would say bring some good snacks, but also be ready for the best trip of your life.